Hello beautiful people, as promised I am back with another video. In today's topic I want to talk about some things because I literally was watching an interview and I'm not sure that I 100% agree with everything that is said, so I want to discuss it and see how you guys feel. Anyway, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel and let's go ahead and get started. So Buxom was nice enough to send me, I've opened them, they're open, sorry, but they sent me like all of the, I guess, their new eyeliners or whatever, and these are actually really cute as far as what I can see, but I want to try to use them as an eyebrow pencil because the shape of them, it's like an eyebrow pencil. It's not really an eyeliner pencil, but I normally don't really be a fan of a lot of their products that they send over, but these might work. So I'm actually going to use the shade Throw Shade, and I'm going to show y'all how. Look, this is like an eyeliner. Can y'all see that? That's like an eyeliner pencil. I wouldn't, not eyeliner, but that's like more of a brow pencil. So anyway, we're gonna dupe it up and we're gonna see what happens. So let's go ahead and add this to our brows. So first things first, did I wake up this morning with the intent on calling Wells Fargo to cuss them out? No. Did that happen? Yes, because it's like, why do y'all keep fucking playing with me? I really need to switch everything over because I have an American Express account and I also have a Navy Federal account. But because I've had Wells Fargo for so long, oh, that's actually pretty. Like, it didn't take a lot. You know, this is like real smooth work. Anyway, I actually have those two accounts. But because I've had Wells Fargo for so long, I just have not switched everything because like my direct deposit and everything is associated with that account. I really do need to go ahead and do it because like outside of the whole shit that happened with the loans and stuff, y'all know, where they was declining minorities loans and shit. Wells Fargo has been involved in a lot of fucking scandals, and I just need to go ahead and make the switch. Why do I have Wells Fargo's to begin with? Because bitch, I back in the day might have had a couple checking accounts closed, you know, and it was the only person that was gonna give me one, so we had just, you know, stuck with them for a little bit. So I had got my life together because I was like, girl, you can't keep closing these damn checking accounts. Like, you're going to go to jail. Anyway, but I need to go ahead and do that soon. This right here is a little bit of the espresso pencil from NYX. And I'm just filling in any gaps because I like my brows to still kind of look a little bit natural, not too heavy or too dark, if that makes sense. All right, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to clean up my brows. I'm using the shade Chive from Too Faced, and we're just gonna clean these brows up real quick. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and start talking about what I disagreed with. So I love T.S. Madison, like I really do. I think she's very sweet, you know, humble, whatever. Anyway, she went on the Jason Lee podcast to discuss, I guess, Tasha K or whatever. I'm not really interested in that portion of it, but I watched it because I was like, oh, this is messy. And because I don't have drama in my personal life, I was like, girl, I'm going to totally sit here and watch. So I watched it, and then they got into a conversation about trans women and them dealing with straight men. And TS made a very valid point that a lot of men who wind up hurting the trans community because they say they didn't know or whatever, a lot of times they do know. And she was saying, because if we sit up here and say, well, they're clockable and, you know, we can tell the difference between a man and a woman and da-da-da-da, like, then how are they sleeping with this person and don't know that they're trans, right? So I agreed on that portion. But Jason Lee, as chaotic and sometimes very, what do you call that word? Where it's just like always into some shit, you know, just always being the one that is controversial. That's what I'm looking for. He said that as women, we need to provide a safe space for men to come and talk to us, our men to come talk to us and let us know that they're interested in dating men. I had a problem with that little situation right there, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. I don't know about y'all, but for me, I always feel like somehow or another people always find a way to blame black women or women in general for their downfall, right? Because how is it my fault as a woman that I didn't make you feel comfortable with coming to talk to me about sleeping with men that you're sleeping with anyway? How is that my fault? Hopefully that makes sense. But it's like, if you decide to do something, you decide to go rob a bank, how the fuck is that my fault for not knowing that you was gonna go rob the bank and telling you, hey, here's a safe place, come talk to me? That's what I'm like. I'm a little bit confused. I don't agree with that, because if I just hold on, let me get my train of thought together. I feel like at a certain age in life, right, I'm gonna say 18, 20, right, you, especially if you don't live with your parents, right, like I feel like not having a safe place would be for like family members, because you feel like they're gonna judge you or whatever. But the person that you decide to lay down and have sex with, you can't tell me that they don't make you feel comfortable, right? To me, in my personal opinion, I feel like you're taking their choice away from them. Because if you decide, hey, I'm gonna live in secret and deal with men, you're taking my choice away. Because if we both grown and I think it also has to do with being comfortable in your sexuality, right? That's the insecurity within you. So you trying to blame me? I don't get down with that. But I feel like if you're going to sleep with men, you gonna sleep with, I don't know, whatever a bear, I don't know, I don't know, whatever choice it is, you have to be comfortable in that. And so don't take my choice away, whether I make you comfortable or not. If I don't make you comfortable, then you shouldn't even be dealing with me. But don't take that choice away from me. Allow me the choice to either stay with you or to go. That's why I be respecting men who be honest. Like, you know what, I'll never be able to commit, right? Because then that gives me the option to either stay here and deal with the man who cannot commit, versus me dealing with somebody who can't commit but refuses to be real with themselves. Buxom also sent over this little eyeshadow palette too. These are some really pretty colors. I'm gonna check them out. I don't know. Like I said, some of the stuff they send me over, I'll be like, I don't know about that. But we're gonna check these out. I think I'm gonna do I really want to try that brown. I really want to try that brown because that brown is cute. Okay. Okay, let's do it. But yeah, I feel like you got to be comfortable in your sexuality. You can't blame nobody else for that. Women and female. I mean, men and women. I feel like if you are going to be out here doing some things, and again, I feel like that shame aspect of it, especially if you out here in the real world, like you should be able to live in your truth. And the reason why you should be able to live in your truth is because it's so, like, we're not talking about back in the 70s or back in the 80s. We're talking about now in 2023. There are so many different support communities and stuff like that. There's so many people who are like you. So why not just be like, you know what? Yes, I like to have sex with men. And if you're not open to that, then you're not open to that. That's fine. But I'm not going to take the choice away from you of having sex with you and them in secret. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me my damn choice. That be the whole issue with me. Like, don't take my choice away from me, because you just never know. Shit, some bitches may be with that. You may find somebody who is with that. And why not find the person who's with it and willing to accept you in all of your glory versus having to live in secret? That just don't make no sense to me. I feel like we hold women to a different level of accountability than we do men. Because for you to say that it's her fault for not creating a safe place for him to come and say that he's bisexual or that he actually enjoys being with a man, instead of placing that responsibility on him and making him take accountability for hurting her, because that could possibly hurt her. Imagine you being in a happy relationship. It's already one thing to deal with cheating, but like, damn, you can't compete with the opposite sex. Like, you just can't. You know what I'm saying? And so for you not to be open enough to tell me this, then you shouldn't even be with me. I feel like your partner, you should be able to speak to them about anything. And if you're not comfortable, that lands on you. That doesn't land on her. Why are you dating somebody that doesn't make you comfortable in your sexuality or comfortable in being who you are? You shouldn't be dating that person. I do agree that on one hand, there are a lot of judgmental women. There are, but there's also a lot of judgmental men as well, right? But on the flip side of that, there is a lot of women, I've seen it, who are willing to be open to that type of thing, right? So what happens if you are dealing with a woman who is open, but you don't know because you don't even voice the way that you're feeling? Again, I think the responsibility has to be on that person who is interested in doing extracurricular activities. That responsibility lands on you, not the person that you're dealing with, because you're basically keeping them in the dark. If you're not comfortable to stand in your sexuality or to stand in who you are and say, you know what, I got a thing for men, or I got a thing for fucking girls, and if you don't like that, you can take that shit elsewhere. We don't need to be together. Then that lands on you. That doesn't land on the one. I be getting so frustrated because it'd be like, man, we get blamed for everything. We get blamed for single households, boys not having a dad, even though it was the decision of their father to walk the fuck out and not be present. I don't know why they fucking get a break more than we do, but we get blamed for everything. If they feel like, oh, I can't never love a woman, it's your fault, even though you showed them love growing up. Like, it is, we get blamed for them being in jail, you know what I'm saying, because they came from a single household, they are more likely to go to jail. Like, we get blamed for everything. And I think at this point, my frustration is, at what point in time do y'all take responsibility for y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, now we even getting blamed for men being DL. Like, at what point in time do y'all have to stand up and take responsibility for y'all? I remember, like, when my dad first came around, I remember my mom saying, well, blame me that he wasn't around. And I was like, I'm not about to fucking blame you. That's a grown-ass man, okay? If you had money to go to the fucking club, you had bus fare to bring your ass over here and see your fucking child. But it was never on your radar, because as a society, we have not been holding men accountable for anything. You know what I'm saying? It's always been on the woman. That was her fault because she moved away. I don't give a fuck. You could have took a bus, a plane, a train station, nigga. You could have saved that fucking club money, the money that you was out here tricking off on bitches. You could have saved that to get a plane ticket. There is no fucking reason as to why you couldn't do what you needed to do as a man. I am no longer going to say that it's a woman's fault. No, y'all going to take some responsibility in this shit as well. It's not just on us. It's on y'all motherfuckers too. In this podcast of these guys, you know, the men get together. Let's blame women because we can't take accountability. But they were saying that majority of the men incarcerated came from a single home, a single family home, or a single parent home, sorry. And immediately they go into, well, it's the women's fault and women need to make sure that the man is around and that you're marrying people. It is motherfuckers that are married. Let me tell you something. It's motherfuckers that are married now who the dad still ain't a fucking dad. The nigga go to work, come home, don't spend no time with them kids, okay? But my thing was, y'all sitting around this round table talking about how it's the women's fault, and not one time did any one of y'all place the blame on the father. If he is not deceased, that man is more than able to come around his kid. Why are you not holding any type of responsibility for this man who decided to walk out? She wouldn't be a single parent had that motherfucker walked out and still did what the fuck he was supposed to do. But when men walk out, it is out of sight, out of mind. And that's another thing that pissed me off, because I seen a mother on TikTok and she was crying to her kid's dad. You know, she had the baby. She had dropped the baby off with the kid's dad and was like, you know what, I can't do this no more. Do you know them comments that bashed her? Bashed her for, oh my goodness, you're a horrible fucking person, and oh my goodness, how could you allow your kid to just be raised by her dad, and what type of mother are you? And I've always said this, even when I first had my kids and went through postpartum, I've always said this: why is a man allowed to walk out on a child and it is acceptable because it's fucking normal, but the moment that a mother feels like, you know what, I can't handle this shit, I am giving them up for adoption, or I'm going to allow somebody else to raise them, we are fucking bashed. We ain't doing nothing more, nothing else than what the motherfucking men are doing. They are doing it, and it's like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They could tell you, I'm not ready for a kid. I don't want a kid. I don't ever want to, you know, be a dad. And that's cool. They are still loved. They are still praised. They ain't held accountable at all. But the moment that a mother does it, y'all belittle the fuck out of her. Not understanding that, number one, postpartum is real. And then number two, raising a kid by yourself is a fucking lot. It takes a strong bitch to do that shit. And we as black women, I don't know why we are always the race that always has to be strong. You could lose your job today. You could have been art, you know what I'm saying, by a family member that you still got to go around. You could get beat on every single day. You everything. And through all of that, we are still expected to fucking smile. That's my fucking problem with the society, right? But a man, we baby that motherfucker. That motherfucker lose his job. Well, you know, it's hard out here for black men. You know, and you just gotta keep your head up. Nigga don't take care of his kids. The nigga don't even try. And we put this nigga on a pedestal. But the moment that a woman feels like she can't be strong and she gotta fall a little bit, you bash her. And I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. And be getting praised for doing shit they supposed to do. Like taking your kid to the park. Oh my God, he's such a good dad. Oh, he took the baby out to the park. Meanwhile, he ain't seen that kid in 7 months. But they get praised for doing shit they supposed to do. But for us, it's like, well, you're supposed to do that anyway. You're mom. We don't get no recognition. You're mom. You're mom. That's what you're supposed to do. But it's like, at what point do we hold them accountable? Like I said, I be on Instagram and it's like, that boy, what's his name? 600 Breezy, something like that. I thought that was gonna be way more pigmented. It's not. I'm gonna try to go in with like a pink color now, see if it makes it a little bit more. But that guy 600 Breezy done got him a whole new girlfriend. Oh, this is not coming out the way I thought it was gonna come out. Oh, that looking mess. Hold on. I'm gonna go in with the Cara Beauty Swedish Treat palette and use some pink because girl, that didn't come out the way I thought it was gonna come out. But anyway, the 600 Breezy guy then got triplets by somebody, and he don't take care of them. Like, he has verbally denounced them kids. I'm not gonna ever take care of them if I'm the daddy, or if I'm not the daddy, fuck them kids, basically, right? So he goes on and he gets a new girlfriend, right? And this is the problem I have with fucking women, because as a woman, I'm not dealing with no nigga that don't take care of his kids. I'm not forcing you to take care of your kids, nigga. Whether they yours or whether they not. Like, if they not yours, your ass should have been on the ball to get a fucking DNA test, right? Instead of us lollygagging trying to figure out whether they're yours or not. I got a problem with that because you're not on your shit. And let me tell you something. If you go down here to the state, they'll do the DNA test for free. Now, they may put your ass on child support after, which I don't understand the child support aspect neither, because it's like, what difference does it make whether you put it in my hand or they put it in my hand, nigga? If your intention was to put it in my motherfucking hand, what difference if the state take it out your check? You already intended on paying me that, right? What the fuck is the problem? This looks a mess, but we're gonna try to work through it. Anyway, the young lady that he's now dating, they were asking her, like, why you don't make him take care of those kids. First of all, a woman can't make a man do shit, but you can, you know, determine whether or not you're going to deal with this man or not, right? I feel like I should just rub that off because that looks a mess. Hold on. Just rub it in here because that looks a hot ass mess. Anyway, so her response was, he do take care of the kids that belong to him. Now, mind you, there was never no DNA test done on these children. How the fuck do you know which kids belong to him and which ones don't? Was you in the room when they did what they did? I don't think so. So for you to make that statement is insane. You should not be dealing with no man. I don't give a fuck how fine he is. You shouldn't be dealing with a man who can't take care of their responsibility. But them be the same women that end up in this boat a year down the line when you decide to have a kid by this motherfucker. Then you want to be on the internet, come back and be like, well, he really don't take care of his fucking kids. Bitch, the first baby mama told you that, and you thought she was just bitter. You thought that you was different. You thought you were the goose that laid the golden egg. You know who else did that shit? Fucking Danny Lay. You talk so much fucking shit about the baby's first baby mama. Now look at your ass. You're a fucking baby mama. Bitches be in this world of delusion when they be dealing with these niggas, not understanding that the first woman before you really tried to come over here and help your ass out, but you thought her ass was fucking bitter. No, bitch. She telling you you're in the the representative stage. You're in the honeymoon phase. and this nigga really fucking, he really fucking like that. Bitch, start listening. Stop thinking that these motherfuckers are bitter and that they hurt and they still want that nigga. I mean, sometimes that is the case. But stop thinking that and really start to pay attention to people's character. I'm using a little bit of my Milk because I can't find my e.l.f. e.l.f. is like one and the same, girl. But I'm going to tell y'all something that I heard somebody say and it rang so true to me. It was, don't look at people. Don't look at a person and see how they treat somebody when they're happy with them, right? You look at that person and you see how they treat folk when they upset with them. And that'll tell you everything that you need to know. So if he's dogging this bitch, you know, or he's, you know, super mean to her and, you know, he conniving, he doing shit to her, that'll let you know everything you need to know. Okay? When they on bad terms. Look how a motherfucker treats you when y'all on bad terms versus how they treat you when y'all on good. The way that somebody is treated when y'all on bad terms will tell you everything you need to know about somebody's character. And I believe that wholeheartedly, okay? So make sure that just because they look good, they smell good, they dress nice, girl, you are being smarter than that because you are smarter than that. And I believe in you, okay? I'm using some of my Iguacu, girl, y'all know I don't know how to pronounce this or whatever. We're using some of this on our face. Get that up in there, you know, and call it a day. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't agree with Jason Lee. I do not. I think he was dead ass wrong for that statement. And a part of me just really wishes TS would have said something. Like, I feel like as friends, and this is what I be trying to tell y'all, is that friends, you are able to correct them in a gentle, loving way. And y'all could still be friends. A lot of people have friends that you afraid to correct because you like, oh, I don't want to stop being friends with them. No, as a friend, if y'all true friends, you can correct somebody and tell them, hey, I don't think that's 100% right. And y'all still be friends at the end of the day. I hate people that just you call your friends and you say, oh, we're friends, but you can't correct them on nothing and you're just supposed to be a yes man. No, like you're supposed to be able to have disagreements with people that you love and y'all still love each other at the end of the day. That's a real friendship. When you're able to disagree and still love you, that is a real friendship. And I just really wish that she would have corrected him on that statement. It's not the woman's responsibility to make you feel comfortable enough that you can tell me that you like to sleep with men. You are responsible for feeling comfortable within yourself. If you don't feel comfortable to stand in your truth, you got to figure that shit out. You shouldn't even be putting nobody else in that situation if you still battling on who the fuck you are. I'm going to use some of my Too Faced concealer, Try Again, to go under my eye. I probably should have color corrected. Damn, I didn't color correct. I ain't really going nowhere, but still. But I say do not take people's choices away from them. You allow people to choose whether they want to be with you or not. That way, when the shit come up later, you can be like, bitch, I already told you this is who I was. Like, for me personally, one of my things is like when I feel myself starting to get serious with somebody, and this was even after I had my kids, when I feel myself starting to get serious with people, I always tell them I do not want children, right? I don't want children because I'm giving you the choice and the option to either stay here or to go, right? So if you feel like, oh, I want kids, I'm not the one for you, and that's okay. But what I don't want to happen is for us to be in a relationship and then 2-3 years down the line, you talking about you want fucking kids. No, I told you in the beginning, I don't want no kids. And you made the choice to stay around. So if you hurt yourself, you hurt yourself. I didn't hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I've given you everything right here on the table, right? I gave you the choice to either stay or to go. You were aware of who I was when you met me. And that's what I mean about standing in your truth and understanding who you are. Because for me, that's never going to change. It's never going to change. I'm still questioning a marriage. Like, I'm 80% on that. Like, I don't think that I am ever gonna get married. Like, that's just not for me. Cause girl, when I'm ready to fucking go, I'm not waiting on you to sign no motherfucking papers, bitch. You don't get to have that type of authority over my life. Like, girl, please. When I found out that you had to wait on the other person to sign the paperwork before you were able to actually leave and be divorced, shit. You don't get to have that authority over me. Plus, I feel like marriage is not what it used to be. Oh, damn. I feel like marriage is not what it used to be back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Where it actually meant something. Where I don't know if it meant something, because a lot of women back then was getting cheated on and they just stayed and they just dealt with it. That could never be me, you know? But I don't know. I'm not sure that the value on marriage is the same thing that it was back then, which is why I say I'm not really sure on marriage. I'm not really sure. But for 100% on the children, like, I am not having no more kids, and I'm not taking nobody's choice away from them. Especially if they don't have kids, I'll be like, nah, let me go ahead and give you that option up front. Okay, all right, I'm gonna use some of my Juvia's Place, the bronzer. Y'all know, same thing from the last video, girl. But I was talking to this one guy, and this one guy was like, yeah, I really want kids and da-da-da. Sweet guy. We vibed on everything else except for the kids. And I was like, you know what? At this point, like, I'm not even going to take that choice away from you. I know that that's something that will never change for me. As a matter of fact, a bitch is trying to get her tubes burned. Burn them. But I'm like, that is something that will never change for me. Like, I just don't want any more children. So I'm not even going to waste your time. I'm going to walk away from you. Now, I could have been like, oh, well, maybe that'll change. No, goddamn well, it will never fucking change. And then I wasted 2, 3, 4 years of this man's life. I'm not one of those people. But this is what I'm saying. This goes back to being 100% in the person that you are. You know, like, you have the choice to waste somebody's time, or you have the choice to do shit in a deceitful manner, or you could be a big boss and just be 100% honest with people and tell them that we're not on the same page. There ain't nothing wrong with that. If I had one person tell me about, he's a swinger. Is they called swinger, or is it called polyamory? Shit, I don't know. It's one of those things. But he's one of those, and he was very upfront about it. You know, like, this is what I do. And I was like, that's cool, but that ain't for me. But I appreciate you not taking my choice away from me. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have easily been like, okay, I'm going to still live this lifestyle over here. But because I want her, I'm going to go ahead and act like I'm in this little fairy tale life or whatever with her. And I'm really not. Okay, now I'm going in with the Juvia's Place, this bronzer duo. This one is the deep dark. But at the end of the day, like, it really boils down to, listen, you have to stop taking people's choices away and being fucking selfish. If that is not the life they want to lead, and that's the life that you want to, you cannot take that choice away from them. I can't stand motherfuckers like that. Stop being fucking selfish. There are 1,000,001 bitches who are willing and able to deal with the shit that you're going to put them through. Why not go deal with them bitches instead of dealing with somebody who don't want to? It just don't make sense. It don't make sense. That's why I be trying to understand, like, stop doing that to people. Be bold enough and be secure in who you are to stop doing that. If that person don't want to live that life, you cannot be selfish and say, well, just because I want to be with you, I'm going to fake this lifestyle and then I'm going to cover this one up. That's not fair to them. Grow the fuck up. Growing up and being grown, because a lot of people holler, I'm grown, nigga. Just because you 20 don't mean you motherfucking grown. Being grown is standing in that shit and saying, you know what? I like you. I want you, but I understand that my lifestyle and your lifestyle will never mix, and that's cool. I'm good with leaving it alone. That's fucking being grown. You know what I'm saying? The rest of that shit, I feel like that's kiddie shit. You hide your sexuality. You hide who you are from your parents because you be scared of their fucking judgment. You don't hide that from the person that you laying down with. That shit just don't make no motherfucking sense. The aspect to being grown is, if you don't want no fucking kids, get your ass on some birth control or use a condom. I cannot stand motherfuckers, especially men, because we holding y'all asses accountable today, bitch. Especially men who lay down with a woman unprotected, and then when she gets pregnant, be like, well, you know I didn't want no kid. Bitch, if you didn't want no kid, you wouldn't shot the club up. It's that motherfucking simple. Did you not go to biology class? Did your mom or your father? Where the fuck is your father at? Since we being held on fathers, where the fuck is your father? Your father didn't explain that to you? Your uncle didn't explain that to you? To stop raw dogging people if you don't want fucking kids? I don't understand. I don't understand. You better believe I be teaching my son, listen, you dealing with a woman, I don't give a fuck what she said. I don't give a fuck if she said that she was on birth control. I don't give a shit about that. You better strap the fuck up. I don't care, okay? Because women lie, men lie. But them numbers don't fucking lie, okay? So at the end of the motherfucker, I don't care. Teach my daughter the same thing. I don't care. This nigga talking about, oh, my pull-out game. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You make that nigga strap up. Period. Point the fuck blank. You're not about to sit up here and piss on me and tell me it's goddamn raining, bitch. Hell no. You'll be a damn fool now to listen to anything that come out of a man's mouth or a woman's mouth, especially if you don't know the motherfuckers. Like, girl, listen, don't do it. This right here is some banana powder from Makeup Revolution, y'all know, and I'm just baking my face with this because I want like a little bit of a bright under eye today. The shadow didn't really do it for me. I mean, it's okay. We gonna make it do what it do. We always do, but it was okay. You know what? I'm gonna say also too, it might be my fault because I did not cut my crease, but I just feel like I don't know. I feel like you could have been a smidgen better, but that's just on me. I do like the eyeliner is my pencil though, cause that girl, that's good. I like that. That was very cute. That was very easy to use. Just don't know about the rest of this shit. But I mean, hey, I'm trying, okay? Like I told y'all in the last video to kind of just carve out my cheekbones a little bit. I do go in with the bronzer to just kind of carve this portion out just a little bit. Give me a nice little highlight going. Y'all, I have not been out here in these streets. I've been really proud of myself. I gave up drinking. I haven't had a drink in like a month. How many days? It's been like 35 days. I've seen the difference in like my tummy because I walk every day now. Girl, your girl is out here in these streets and really giving it to the folks, okay? Can't wait till my body get right. My body get right, oh, it's gonna be over. I'm gonna be wearing all types of shit, you know? But I'm really proud of myself. I've been doing really good, y'all. So I put on my lashes, did my my under eye mascara, and now I'm going to add some of the Buxom. They do have a color. This color is called, oh no, I didn't want that one. I wanted this one. The Demure Dolly. We're going to put that under my eye and inside of my crease. So the good thing about these is they do come with like a brush on them at the end. I guess that is for blending out. But I like this color. And it kind of matches with the little purple thing I got going on right now. So I'm going to put it inside of my waterline. Hopefully y'all can see. It's not like super bright, so you're not going to be able to like really see it, but you know, I'm going to put it under my lashes too, like my bottom lashes. And then I'm going to try, oh, that's pretty. I'm going to use the brush now to go in and just blend them or smudge it out. Oh, okay. Okay, can y'all see it? You see difference? That's cute though. I may bring it down a little bit more to kind of cover up my bags. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, that's cute. Oh. Okay, so now you see the difference between this one and this one. Hold on. Let me see. This one and then this one. Hopefully you guys can see. That's cute. It's like a subtle difference, but not like too much. I do like these. I like the liners a lot. Not so much on the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to have to try that again, but the liners are bomb. Let's start blending out our under eye. Taking a little bit of bronzer to blend this in. Y'all, I have to go to Costco. I'm like a little bit nervous because I set my budget to, I think, $400 for the next 2 weeks on food. So I'm gonna do 200 at Costco, 200 at Walmart. Y'all, please let me be able to get everything that I need. And these kids do not eat me out of house. That's the prayer. That is the prayer, because I am nervous, y'all. Like, I'm so nervous because these kids, I'm talking about, oh, they eat everything. Everything. So I'm hoping that they'll have enough for school lunches and, you know, all of that. So we shall see. I probably vlog that, huh? I don't know. I might. I don't know. I don't know, because I always say I'm gonna vlog and I don't vlog. I can't remember the last time that I've done a pink blush, but I'm going to use this. This is the OPV palette. Pretty blushes in here. I'm probably going to use this one and maybe that one. A little bright. Just a little bright. I don't know. We're going to see. Just to add some color back into our skin. I don't know, because I be seeing the TikTok girlies like really go overboard with this, and it'd be cute. It'd be super cute on them. Just don't know if my face can handle it. We're gonna see. What do you guys think? That's cute, right? It's nice. I haven't melted everything with the spray just yet, but that's pretty. Because I also feel like brown skin women, like, we absorb blush too. Like, it kind of sinks into our skin. So you gotta kind of go a little bit heavy so it can still be out there in them streets. I don't know, but it looks okay, right? All right, let's go ahead and melt everything in place using the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. I ran out of my Morphe, so that's why I'm not using that one. But yeah, use this. I'll be real generous, especially if I'm gonna be out in them streets all day. Gotta hit it. Let's move on to our lips. I'm gonna be using this Sephora, Lord have mercy, Sephora in the shade Molasses. I've been seeing people like only line a top lip, and I've been kind of wondering about that. Like, oh, you only line your top lip? That's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know how it's gonna look on me though. But I only see them just do this. I'm like, should I try it? Getting nervous. Sure, let's try it and see what happens. I mean, hey, we've been trying shit all day, right? All right, I'm gonna use some of my Fenty. This is in the shade Hot Chocolate. Y'all know, y'all not new here. Y'all know this. They've been having like that little Shigo lip. You know what I'm saying? Where the top lip is darker than the bottom. I'm not really sure if this is for me. I'm not sure. But let's see. What color is this? That's butterscotch. Okay, I found my Private Party by Crayon Case. Let's see. Which I don't even know if they still have this one. I know she came out with a new line of stuff, but I haven't seen it. I don't know. All right, so here we go. This is the finished look. Yeah, here we go. I mean, it definitely did not come out the way that I intended it to today because I was going in a completely different direction. I mean, but hey, we're gonna make it work, right? So overall thoughts of the Buxom, like I said, I do enjoy the liner. The liner was really good. I like that in all the colors. I like it. What else did I try? I didn't try nothing else. Oh, the liner on the lips. This is different. I mean, it kind of still reminds me of like my regular lip liner. I think just because I didn't do it the same way, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. But that's it. Yeah, the face is sitting. Okay, I feel like the more weight I lose, like my face is gonna become a little bit slimmer, and I'm here for that. But anyway, this is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.